Constant leg cramps can be a clear sign that your body needs help, and diet has everything to do with it. These pains can worsen over time, keep you awake at night, and even affect your mobility. In this video, I'll reveal 3 simple foods that can help you avoid this suffering and regain control of your legs. It is very common after the age of 60 for the body to start losing some important minerals. And it is precisely this deficiency that causes cramps, pain, and that unpleasant feeling in the legs. Most people don't even suspect that the problem can be solved with small changes in their diet. Let's find out which 3 foods help balance your body, relieve pain, and strengthen your legs naturally. Take this opportunity to check out your subscription to the channel and tell us where you are watching us by writing your country in the comments so we can get to know our audience better. Come on, bananas are almost synonymous with potassium, right? And for good reason. A medium banana has around 420 milligrams of this mineral, which is a true ally against muscle cramps. But it also has magnesium, about 32 milligrams, which works together with potassium to keep your muscles in order. When these two are balanced in the body, the chances of that involuntary leg cramp, which appears out of nowhere and makes us scream, are greatly reduced. Potassium plays a key role in muscle contraction and relaxation. Think of it as your body's electrician. It helps send the right signals to your nerves and muscles so they work properly. Magnesium, on the other hand, is like that friend who holds the bar steady. It prevents your muscles from staying contracted longer than they should. In older people, this is even more important. As the body ages, its ability to absorb certain minerals can decrease. In addition, many older adults end up taking medications that interfere with the balance of these nutrients. Diuretics, for example, which are very common in treatments for high blood pressure, can flush potassium out of the body through urine. The result? Muscle pain and cramps are guaranteed. And the worst part is that we don't always realize that we have low potassium or magnesium levels. Sometimes we only notice when we start to feel those twinges. So, including a banana in your daily diet isn't just a tasty snack. It's a simple and natural way to help your body keep everything working properly on the inside. And the good thing is that bananas are practical. No need to cook, cut, or wash them. Just peel and eat. Ideal for those who want something quick that really helps the body. But wait, there's more to bananas. And it's not just potassium that makes them a star against cramps. In addition to potassium, bananas have a nutrient that many people don't even remember, but which makes a huge difference. Vitamin B6. It may seem like just another letter and number, but it's like the manager of communication between the brain and muscles. Without it, nerve signals start to fail, like a connection with static. Then, when the muscle tries to respond, it can end up contracting for no reason. Cramps are guaranteed. B6 helps the nervous system function properly, which means that your muscles receive clear orders and don't get confused, reacting in an exaggerated or untimely manner. And it doesn't stop there. This vitamin also helps transport oxygen through the blood. This is essential for muscles to withstand more effort and not collapse during the first long walk or when getting out of bed. Another point worth mentioning is that B6 helps reduce inflammation. When muscles are inflamed, even just a little, they become more sensitive to stimuli and can contract more easily. So this vitamin helps keep everything calm inside, like a natural relaxant for the muscular system. For those over 60, this is a gift. The body becomes less efficient at dealing with physical stress, and every little bit of help counts. And you know what's even cooler? You don't need to take supplements or anything expensive. A banana, besides being tasty and easy to fit into your routine, already offers a considerable amount of B6, around 0.4 milligrams, which covers almost 30% of an older adult's daily requirement. It doesn't seem like much, but it makes a difference, especially when your body is already more demanding. Bananas continue to score points as one of the best allies for preventing those persistent cramps that bother you in the middle of the night or during a light walk. Now we understand that bananas have potassium, magnesium, and vitamin B6. But the question many people ask is, how many should I eat per day? Can you overdo it? Are there any risks? For most older adults, eating 1 to 2 bananas per day is great. You don't need more than that. This amount helps keep the body supplied with the right nutrients without overloading it. What many people forget, and this is crucial, is that it's no use just eating bananas and ignoring water. Seriously, cramps also have everything to do with dehydration, and this is a trap for those who don't feel as thirsty with age. The safest recommendation for older adults is to drink 6 to 8 glasses of water a day. It sounds simple, but it's not always easy. Sometimes your body signals cramps because it's trying to tell you, hey, we need water in here. And without water, all that potassium you ate goes right back out in your urine without even saying goodbye. The result? Your muscles continue to suffer, even with the right diet. Another important thing is the balance of electrolytes. Minerals such as potassium, sodium, magnesium, and calcium. They act as messengers in the body, regulating everything from blood pressure to nerve and muscle function. When you don't drink enough water or eat foods that are high in salt, such as processed meats and snacks, the balance of these electrolytes goes out the window. And you know what's worse? In older adults, the body doesn't warn us as effectively when something is out of balance. Sometimes people feel cramps and think it's just a lack of stretching or overexertion, but often it's dehydration mixed with nutrient deficiency. So if you need to remember a simple formula to avoid cramps, 1 or 2 bananas a day, plus enough water throughout the day. It sounds silly, but it makes a huge difference. A hydrated body, relaxed muscles, fewer annoying contractions in the middle of the night. And best of all this without medicine, without fuss, without complications. Now let's talk about a food that is practically a superhero in the kitchen, the egg. Yes, the good old egg. And it's not just because it's cheap, easy to prepare, or goes well with everything. It's because it plays a very important role when it comes to preventing cramps, especially in older people. For starters, eggs are a complete source of protein. This means that they contain all 9 essential amino acids, those that our bodies cannot produce on their own, and must obtain from food. These amino acids are like building blocks that help build and repair muscles, and well-cared-for muscles are much less likely to rebel with random cramps. In addition, this protein helps reduce muscle fatigue. As we age, our muscles don't recover as quickly as they used to, so if you make a greater effort, like climbing stairs or even taking a longer walk, your body feels it. Egg protein helps speed up this recovery process and leaves your muscles better prepared for the next effort. What's more, eggs also help with muscle contraction efficiency. It sounds like a technical detail, but it's not. When muscles are weak or poorly nourished, they take longer to contract and relax, and that's when those cramps that catch you off guard, especially at night, occur. With enough protein in your diet, your muscles respond better and work the way they should. It's worth remembering that, unlike expensive supplements or super-processed foods that promise 1,000 things, eggs deliver all this naturally. It's like a nutritional combo for those who want to keep their muscles working well, without scares or pain. And before anyone asks, no, eggs don't have to be the cholesterol villain. A lot has changed in research in recent years, and for most healthy seniors, moderate egg consumption is completely safe. But we'll talk more about that in the next few topics. In addition to protein, eggs contain nutrients that seem unremarkable but do a tremendous job, especially when it comes to muscles. One of them is vitamin D. And guess what? This is one of the nutrients most lacking in the bodies of people over 60. Do you know why? Because the main source of vitamin D is the sun, and many people at this stage of life hardly get any sun. Whether it's because they spend more time indoors, wear clothes that cover everything, or are afraid of getting sunspots, the fact is that vitamin D gradually disappears. And what does this have to do with cramps? Everything. Vitamin D helps the body absorb calcium, which is essential for keeping muscles and nerves functioning properly. Without this absorption, muscles can start to show signs of weakness or untimely contractions. In other words, cramps. The advantage is that egg yolks have a good dose of vitamin D. It's not a super dose, but it helps a lot for those who are deficient. And best of all, it's natural. No need to run out and buy supplements or medicine. But it doesn't stop there. Egg yolks also provide vitamin B12, another nutrient that seems small but plays a huge role in the nerves. When B12 is lacking, the nervous system becomes deregulated. Then the muscles receive mixed signals, as if the wire were loose. The result? Involuntary contractions, spasms, and cramps. And there's more. Choline, which few people know about. It is the fuel for communication between the brain and muscles. Without enough choline, the brain's commands can go wrong, and the muscles panic, contracting for no reason. So yes, a simple egg carries a package of nutrients that helps not only with muscles, but also with coordination between the brain and body. And for those who experience cramps without really understanding why, the answer may lie in these micronutrients that the body does not absorb as well over the years. Many people have no idea, but vitamin B12 deficiency is very common in older adults, and it's not because they eat poorly. Sometimes they eat right, but their bodies simply stop absorbing it properly over time. This happens for several reasons. The stomach produces less acid, the intestines slow down, and some medications used by people with gastritis, diabetes, or high blood pressure further interfere with absorption. And why does this matter when we talk about cramps? Because B12 is a key component of the nervous system. Without it, the nerves begin to fail, and this directly interferes with communication with the muscles. It's like trying to control a puppet with all the strings tangled up. The result is spasms, tremors, and those weird cramps that appear out of nowhere, especially at night. Eggs are a simple and efficient alternative to boost your vitamin intake. They contain a good dose of B12 and are much easier to digest than red meat, which can sometimes weigh heavily on the stomach of those with slower digestion or liver problems. In addition, eggs are a low-fat option, especially if boiled or scrambled without oil, and do not overload the body. This is great for older adults who need to watch their cholesterol or blood pressure but still want to eat a complete diet. In other words, for those who are no longer absorbing B12 as they used to, including eggs in your diet is a natural, affordable, and delicious way to keep your nerves functioning properly and prevent cramps linked to neuromuscular disorders. Best of all, you don't have to overdo it. 1 or 2 eggs are enough. In addition to B12, they provide that combo of choline, vitamin D, and protein we already mentioned. There's no trick, no fad, just real food, doing what it's supposed to do in the body. Okay, but how many eggs can you eat per week without overdoing it? The answer in most cases is simpler than it seems. For most healthy older adults, eating 6 to 7 eggs per week is perfectly safe. That's about 1 per day. And yes, that's enough to reap the benefits eggs offer in preventing cramps, especially those annoying ones that strike in the middle of the night. These nighttime leg cramps are very common in older people, and it's not just because they've been on their feet all day or walked too much. Sometimes, even when lying down, the muscles can't relax as they should. This is because at night, the body enters a state of recovery, and if it doesn't have enough nutrients to do so, the muscles seize up. Literally. The protein in eggs helps muscles rebuild while you sleep, and when this repair is done well, the risk of involuntary contractions drops significantly. It's like giving your body the right tools to get what it needs during the night. Not to mention that eggs are easy to digest, so you can eat them for dinner, for example, without feeling guilty or heavy in your stomach. A boiled egg, scrambled, or even in a light omelet can be an excellent choice for those who want to avoid those nighttime cramps that wake up the neighbors. And there's no need to complicate things. You don't have to prepare them the same way every day. You can vary the recipe, play around with ingredients, use vegetables, herbs, whatever you have in the fridge. The important thing is to maintain frequency, because the effect comes with regularity, not with the amount in a single day. And another advantage, eggs are democratic. They're cheap, available everywhere, and almost everyone likes them. When we talk about preventing cramps in older adults, eggs are a simple, effective solution that fits into virtually any diet, even the most restrictive ones. When it comes to preventing cramps, many people focus only on bananas and water, but there is a group of foods that is like a secret nutrition squad: nuts and seeds. And this isn't just fitness hype. We're talking about rich sources of magnesium, potassium, protein, and good fats, everything the body needs to keep muscles working properly. For starters, magnesium shines again. It's a natural muscle relaxant. If you're lacking magnesium, your muscles become tense, contracted, and irritated. And then, cramps. Many seeds, such as pumpkin seeds, and nuts, such as almonds and pistachios, have a generous amount of this mineral. The cool thing is that these sources also contain potassium, another old friend in the fight against involuntary contractions. But there's more. These delicacies also provide vegetable protein. And we've already seen that protein helps repair muscles and recover after any effort. In other words, they are an important boost, especially for those who don't eat meat every day or need lighter, more digestible options. Another strong point is the presence of healthy fats, such as omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids. They help with blood circulation, which is essential for muscles to receive enough oxygen and nutrients. Poor circulation is one of the factors that aggravate cramps in older adults. So, yes, a handful of nuts can improve blood flow naturally. In addition, these fats help fight silent inflammation in the body, which is often ignored but directly affects muscle function. When the body is inflamed, muscles react poorly to any stimulus, which further increases the risk of cramps. And there's another advantage. Nuts and seeds are easy to include in your daily diet. You can eat them for breakfast, sprinkle them on yogurt, add them to salads, or even eat them plain as a snack. And since they are high in calories, a little goes a long way, which is great for those with a smaller appetite or who need to watch their weight. Okay, nuts and seeds are full of benefits, but then comes the question, how much should you eat? Do you need to fill a jar every day? No way. The idea here is quality and consistency, not overdoing it. To reap the benefits against cramps, a small portion is enough. About 20 almonds or 2 tablespoons of seeds per day. That already provides a good dose of magnesium, potassium, protein, and good fats. This small amount helps to reduce inflammation, improve muscle function, and maintain electrolyte balance, which is the trio that keeps cramps at bay. And all this without relying on supplements, capsules, or prescriptions. Just food. But there is one important detail. The type you choose makes all the difference. Avoid those with salt, sugar, or coating. There's no point in filling your body with magnesium and, at the same time, consuming too much sodium. Excess salt can completely disrupt electrolyte balance and even increase blood pressure, which doesn't help at all, especially for those who already take blood pressure medication or have heart problems. So, whenever possible, opt for raw or unsalted roasted versions. And if you're buying packaged almonds, take a look at the ingredients. If there's anything else besides the seeds or nuts, such as vegetable oil, coloring, or natural flavoring, be wary. Another cool thing is that these portions are easy to fit into your routine. You don't have to eat everything at once. You can spread it out throughout the day. A handful in your morning snack, another in the afternoon. The important thing is to eat them frequently, because the body works better when it receives nutrients little by little every day, not just once in a while. And even those who have difficulty chewing can use alternatives, such as natural butters, almond, nut, etc., which have the same nutrients, but in a paste form. Just be careful not to choose those that are full of hidden sugar. Ultimately, this food group is like a daily boost that protects your muscles without effort, small on the plate, but big on the effect. And best of all, tasty, versatile, and easy to fit into any routine. Well, we've come to the end of this video. I've left a playlist with tips and interesting facts for those over 60 who experience leg pain on the final card. See you there.